Okay, so,
Oh, true. Go for it.
this poem is called The Sexiest Resume.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself. So I said, I guess it all started in my childhood, on the crossroads of at-risk neighborhood and misunderstood, struggling between did, would, and should, bouncing between the prayers, incense, wood, and hope from knock-on woods, bouncing between the big boys that threw me around like a squeeze toy and limbered me up like a loose piece of bok choy. In the 15-minute time where punches and blows sublimed to drops in my self-esteem and the silence of a mime, blood, body, and grime, I was like a ball of chyme, and my walks home were colored in with the hues of blood red for half of my lifetime. So I said, I don't know if this is part of your competencies or on pre-med 101's surefire med school cheat sheet, or if I'll just sound incompetent. But I'm just trying to tell you the story, and I'm not looking for any charity or pity that comes with a story that isn't even fully my property, that I can't even explain properly through my anxiety and incomprehensibility, but the P in my pre-med stands for childhood poverty. Tell me about yourself, the interviewer prompted. And I said, I grew up on streets that played with my fate, where I piled up needles to self-sedate and mindlessly desecrate to blurt out my hate towards my pathetic genetical traits, where I tried to berate the conventions of the state in a half-conscious state with an unsteady gait and so much time to waste, where the bloods dictated my day-to-day and my high was my own personal checkmate. People will tell you that Mary J. just elates. You can't get addicted at any rate, but I was. I was addicted to the way she raised my heart rate, maintained my body weight, filled me with nothingness on all of our dates. She turned my heart cold as I pushed up my dose rate. And I'll tell you one thing, I felt like she was my soulmate, because every time I reached the hot box late, I would feel my life deflate because I was addicted to the way she raised my heart rate. So I said, I don't know if this is part of your competencies or on pre-med 101's surefire med school cheat sheet, or if I'll just sound incompetent. I'm not trying to fill in the lines of my life with the colors of red, blue, and mauve. And I'm not trying to gather your pity for my cracked throat croak, the spliff smoke, the drug-pushing folk. This isn't some kind of sick joke, but the R in my pre-med stands for rogue adolescent. Tell me about yourself, the interviewer prompted. So I said, I started my university degree with a couple of thoughts on grade 9 biology and a bit of an aptitude for mathematics. They tell me that's a symptom of being Asian, you see, but I was blacked out on everything else from social sciences to chemistry, and I had to partner up with Timmy's, a 24/7 library, and a 4-year study spree to make up for 12 years of being education's absentee. I became a detainee of T cells, hepatitis B, 20 CLs at the knee, of the history of Marie Curie, the honors jubilees, the awards nominees. I wasn't ready for this cage they call the post-secondary. And since I had long quit the LSD, the only thing that could make a guarantee of staying alongside me were my first set of glasses, the textbooks, and the command key on my laptop, to which I became a devotee. So I said, I don't know if this is on your list of competencies or on pre-med 101's surefire med school cheat sheet, or if it'll just make me sound incompetent. I'm not trying to lament or criticize the system from my own torment. The system that plastered cement over my mouth and tried to dement my emotions. I'm not trying to express my discontent for my school. Believe me, that's not my intent, but the double E's and my pre-med stand for educational entrapment. Tell me about yourself, the interviewer prompted. And I said, I still remember the fluorescence of the exam rooms, flickering too fast to notice, like an animation moving without notice, exciting my neurons to the point of distress, springing, ringing, tinnitus of the ears, muscles trembling because of the tetanus, fingers rocking because they're too eager to miss every word this PhD sputters. Hey, miss. Our faces are so close and I haven't flushed. Why does this channel activate us? I'm a little deranged, I must confess. The superscript on the slide you didn't address. Hyde cut off Jekyll's tresses when she was asleep in her textbook mess, so I said, I don't know if this is part of your competencies, or Pre-Med 101's surefire med school cheat sheet, or if it'll just make me sound incompetent, but the M in my pre-med stands for maniacal insanity. Mood disorders, dementia, neuroticism, and insidious phages of the Wernicke's in overdrive because of the insomnia, and the D in my pre-med stands for dancing with depression. Tell me about yourself, the interviewer prompted. So I said it again. The P in my pre-med stands for childhood poverty. The R in my pre-med stands for rogue adolescent. The double E's in my pre-med stand for educational entrapment. The M in my pre-med stands for maniacal insanity. The D in my pre-med stands for dancing with depression. And I know that isn't the sexiest resume of my cohort, but at least I didn't distort it, extort it, contort it. You can call me a pre-med if you want to for sure, because I've got all the letters and prereqs in order for sure, but just always know that I'll always be a lot more. Thanks.